Welcome to Michelle's Opinions. Welcome to Michelle's Opinions. Welcome to Michelle's Opinions. Welcome to Michelle's.
Hey guys, welcome to Michelle's Opinions. I am trying new software where we can have people from all around the world call in for free using the number that I'm going to give you in the pin, and so we can share what we know, from everywhere and at no cost. It should be at no cost to anybody in any other country or anything. So yeah, we're gonna see how this flows out. Let me get to the page, and so I can see who's here. Hi Pretty Dark. Hey Chloe, it's me. First thing I want to talk about is our awakening. And I talked the other day about witnessing 3 myself. One in 2001, one in 2012, huge one in 2015, 2016, and how I can feel it, and I know you guys can too, that we're getting ready to have another awakening happen within the population. Some may already be going through it, but suffering in silence and listening to other people that are speaking up about it, so they don't feel like they're going crazy. Because when it first started happening with me, it was a pretty lonely walk. And since 2015, 2016, there's so many people speaking up about this that it brings comfort to people more than we know. And it's more about affirmations of what's going on within each and every one of us, rather than studying in a book and then having something happen. At least for me, it was affirmations or synchronicities. I love synchronicities, on seeing these things going on with other people, all different walks of life. This is something that is way beyond any man-made paradigm. It touches all different people in all different ways, and it's just an amazing, beautiful thing to witness and be a part of. I did a video yesterday, as I've noticed that my hands have like they're little tiny spots of glitter. It looks like glitter's a little bigger than what I'm seeing. It's like little spots of, like shiny, glittery spots in my hand. Now, what I noticed was with my naked eye, I could see it much easier. But going through the camera, I don't know. I couldn't see it as well. Hopefully you guys could see it. And I probably should have zoomed in a little closer to my hands so you can get an idea of how tiny these little, like, balls of light are, but there's so many of them. It's just, as you move your hands, and especially when I went out into the sunlight, it was like bling, 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 it was like I have a bunch of diamonds underneath my skin, tiny little diamonds, and they're sparkling out. It's weird. I also want to start off by talking about grounding a little bit. And we each have our own technique, as we're finding that we're, with the empathy and the things that are going on with us, that my go-to place is my swimming pool. It's quiet, it's peaceful, but it is what I made it. I created it to be a peaceful place, a place of restoring. So that's what it will be for me. So, whatever your methods are on grounding, you can set your own parameters on it. And if you think it will work for you, then, and don't doubt it. Just get rid of any doubt. It will work for you. It will absolutely do, what it's intended to do. Because where intention flows, where energy flows, intention, we create it. And, we're coming out of the programming where, a lot of us talk about where we went through a period of time where we just stopped watching television, myself included. Because as we were hearing, and they don't hide it from us. They call it programming, and news broadcast, right? I mean, the words that they're using they're hidden in plain sight. So when you're seeing this and you're believing, like, let's say the news, for example, you're thinking they're out doing their research, and that they're actually onto a true, authentic story that they're sharing with you. But then when you find out that it's all smoke and mirrors, green screens, and, acting, the veil starts to thin for you, and you start to be able to see through that. And then you realize that that's exactly what they're doing, is broadcasting, and it helps keep us in our little cage. And we're coming out of that. So, I'm not saying you can't watch television, just watch it with the discernment that you're not taking it in as facts and manifesting it into your life. And that's where I have the problem with news, because they put it out to us as truths, and then we sit there and believe it. Therefore, since we believe it, we feed that wolf, and then we end up creating it. So, just some things to think about, guys. Just some things to think about. So, yeah, and so that's what I wanted to talk about was, how do we ground out? Like, when I went down to my mom's, and of course expensed a lot of energy, and since I thought that's what was going to be the outcome, it was the outcome. And then I needed to ground out and recharge. And since I thought this would work for me, it did. I know this sounds like crazy talk or circle talk, but really it's not. It's a change in our perspective. It's a paradigm shift. We will create the chaos or the harmony around us. And part of this refinement period that we're all going through together, where we're seeing things, a lot of similarities and synchronicities within one another, we're going through that refinement period of getting rid of things that no longer serve us or that were the untruths, and then walking back into the very God-given abilities that each and every one of us had, that we were born with. It's just been so squished down to think that we are something that we're not. We're much, much more than you could ever imagine. I mean, people are amazing, and when I look into people's eyes, I just see limitless potential, and I get excited as more and more people are waking up and seeing what is going on around them and peeling through the layers. We all went through, and we were talking about this on Scarab last night. We all went through our Alex Jones phase, where we're trying to get through all of these conspiracies, and then you move on to the next, and then the next, and then the next. It's like peeling back the layers of the onion. Sometimes it'll make you cry as you are coming into your very truth of how unconditionally loved you are by Creator, Source, God, and how, it's just a misunderstanding in our mind, and that we can do, we can create anything we put our mind to. So if we started with the foundation, just the foundation together of just wanting there to be equality for everybody and no lack, and get rid of suffering, and then we could create whatever paradise that is that we think is unique to us. Just with that new foundation, we will change this place. And then with each of us adding to our paradise world, we'll see all that start to reflect around us too. And it'll keep things unique, colorful, and interesting. Y'all don't sleep for real? What? Well, who doesn't sleep? Yeah, and that's, I'm telling you guys, they tell us, you know, even when you're watching soap operas, the ladies will say, I need to watch my programs. Think about it. Just think about the words we use. Now, along the lines of the Alex Jones thing that's going on, where he's been pulled down off of YouTube and Facebook, and I think Twitter's letting him continue on. I have a Patreon account, and there's a couple of things I like about this. Now, you don't have to be a patron because mine is public. Now, there's a few things that I do in gratitude, and I tell people what endeavors and stuff we're looking at with the kind donations, which is very, very humbling in itself. This is out of my heart. This is amazing. But if you bookmark that page, and let's say something happened to this channel, there is an option there to live stream and make videos on that platform. Now, I think it costs a little bit of money, but that's okay. It's not going to stop the message. We will continue on. So that's listed in the show more notes. Don't have to support the channel. Just bookmark the page just in case something happens, because we can continue on there. Now, I know that YouTube is nice and cozy, and it's so easy to find everybody, and of course we want to stay here. But if something did happen, I have a backup plan. So yes, just wanted to make sure you guys realize that. You don't have to support, you just bookmark the page. If you support on the Patreon, then you get the email updates. Now, if you just bookmark the page, you know, you can check it and see if there's live streams and things like that going on, so you can still partake in that, because I will make them public. Okay. Let me check something real quick, and hang on a second, you guys. I may have a surprise for you. I'm really not sure. Maybe. You never know about what I'm going to do, right, guys? Okay. Now, I'm going to open up the phone lines for you guys to call. Country code is 00. And, of course, I've added the 1 to the number. So, and then there's a pin that you press in, and you come in muted, because there could be up to 5 people in there, but you can go ahead and mute the live stream while you're holding, if there's other people, and still hear what's going on with the show, and still talk back and forth in the chat. So it's really, really nice. And what I will do is, when I come to you and pull you up, I will just give out just your area code, so you know it's you that I'm unmuting and bringing up. So without, you know, I'll let you say your name or your handle, or, you know, and so we can share what we know, and we can listen, and we can grow. Okay, let me pull up the thumbnail that I have, or the background that I have for the phone number. Just one moment. There we go. So there is the phone number. And like I said, if you're out of the country, it's 001. And then you'll get a message saying to join this conference call, this free conference call. Enter the PIN, and there's the PIN number. So I'm testing out this software to see how easy it is on you guys from around the world to call in, and at no cost to you. So if this works out really well and we like it, there is an area where I can do what they call upgrade, and we'll pick a number, won't need the pin, it'll cost a little bit of money, we'll look into that. But right now we're just testing it out because I want to make sure that no matter where you are in the world, that you can call and share what's going on with you. Can you guys see the number and everything okay? And I didn't ask you guys about my sound. Is my sound good? And when the first caller calls, we'll check the sound and make sure that they're okay. It doesn't matter. You know, Renee, this is my normal Saturday call-in. I know we did a little test on it, but we're growing and learning daily, moment by moment. So we've always got growth. Just like I noticed that my hands started glittering. And the realization that grounding, you know, is something that as long as we have no doubt that it's going to work for us, we can set the parameters on our grounding. And when you feel the energy coming in, like we're getting to the point where we can see the intentions behind people before they, you know, speak, or when they speak. You know, is it a loving intention, or, you know, what kind of intentions do they have for you? And we're just having all of these gifts stirred up within us and becoming the wonderful, beautiful beings that we all are. It's an amazing time to be alive. And like I said, I also can feel, and I know, well, actually, I don't know if you guys can feel that we're getting ready for another wave, like the 2015, 2016 wave. We're getting ready for another wave of awakening for people to come to the understanding of who and what they are, their sovereignty, their God-given abilities, and how it is us that can change this place. Us, not anybody else. Us. I think it should ring. I should hear it ring. I keep popping back and forth to see if into the conference to see if the surprise person is coming. If they don't, it's no big deal. Wave, remember the knowledge. Yeah, and that's what we're coming into the understanding of who and what we are and our abilities, and we're taking our sovereignty and creating what it is that we want, which in effect could be part and parcel with why things are changing, with like what people call the Mandela effect. You know, it's just an amazing thing, and it's we're learning that we're a spiritual being inhabiting this avatar suit, so we can have an experience here with love and even lack, so we can experience abundance, and it just is absolutely amazing. And we're coming into the time where it is like the golden age, the age of knowing, and we're coming into the understanding of who and what we are. And it's just amazing. When I was down at my mom's, to see the recovery rate and the lack of pain and suffering that she endured, because it was like in no time she was up on her feet and going through everything just wonderfully. I mean, just healthy, and it was an amazing thing to view. Now, seeing, you know, knowing that I've been through some surgeries and things like that myself under the old paradigm, I know that, you know, when the doctors say it takes 6 weeks, it took me 6 weeks. Where her, it was 3 days, and she was up on her feet. moving around on her own. You know, she still needed a little assistance, but not much. And she didn't like the way the pain medication made her feel, so she didn't have that pain as we think we do. And we can influence and help other people around us. It's just an amazing understanding. You know, think about the flower of life. You're the center circle, and then like your loved ones, your children, your mom, your dad, they're linked in around you. So what you do, how it affects them. And it doesn't take away from you, but it gives us a sense of responsibility on what am I doing, and what are my actions going to cause for the people who are closest to me, and then ripple out from them, because of course they're the center circle in their life and they've got the same thing going on, and so on and so on. So it does like a ripple effect out. So as we're becoming aware of that, we take more responsibility for the actions, the way we look at people, the way we talk to people, the way we judge people. That judgment just falls to the wayside. We just love everybody unconditionally. Okay, come on, guys. The number's up. Call. Somebody call in. Let's hear from you. That's what this is all about. I want to stay consistent on doing this on Saturdays, so you'll know there's always going to be an interactive live call-in show on Saturdays. So the time may vary, but you'll know for sure to look for a Saturday call-in show. And then with the guests and then the other ones during the week, spontaneous live streams and some video drops on some topics and stuff. But that you can get, you know, from your the YouTube notifications isn't that well, so.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello. How are you?
Good. It's Olivia.
Olivia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, neighbor?
Are we neighbors?
I talked to you on email, remember?
Oh yeah. Oh, yes. But yeah,
we're about 4 hours.
Well, it would be 2 if we met halfway. Right?
That's right. That's right.
So what's going on with you, Olivia?
Oh, I don't know. You know, we're dealing with the fires up here, and just trying to be positive every day and be kind and not let the stresses overwhelm me.
I can understand that.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Yep, and they're saying hi, Olivia, so they can hear you too. Yay!
Yeah, I can't see the chat. Sorry.
Oh, you can't?
No, I'm on my phone. You know, I use it for everything.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so you can't be in both. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up where everybody comes in muted, so I'll have to pay attention to if somebody else calls in. I'll mute them until we're done, and yeah. Okay, so...
Well, I just wanted to call and make sure that you were supported. I'm here for you.
Don't worry, you're the only one on with me now, so you can just... I want to know more about these fires and stuff that you're dealing with. How bad are they? Are they as bad as what they are reporting? And is there any kind of control on them? Are they set fires or?
If you want the truth, if you want the very truth, all you have to do is look at the policies on the federal land, and they do not fight fires on federal land. They corral the fire. They light fire. The joke is that if a federal firefighter is trained that if his kitchen lights on fire, he's to light a fire in the living room as a backfire. I mean, and it's not funny. It's our government, and California, you know, is a sanctuary state, and We think, there's all kinds of conspiracies going on out there.
That's what I was asking about, because that's what I heard, is that these were intentional.
Yes, homeowners insurance is extremely high if you can even get it up here. Our car insurance is even more because of the mileage. It's almost like they're corralling us, or trying to, as if they could corral free spirits.
Well, and you know that with the abilities that we have, we could put those fires out. I know we've got the 8 of 8 lady here, and I'll tell you what, she knows some methods that can bring us into oneness where we can put those fires out within TikTok time.
That would be sweet. But if they're lighting backfires, it's really hard on the state side here in Mariposa County. The state side is done. They've already managed all the fire they can, so they're all demobbing. And the federal firefighters they're not trained to put out fires. They're only trained to protect, like, the sequoias, The fire that we had here, 3 days, they refused aircraft. They said it was too smoky. The ravine was too deep, and which was hogwash. I'm right here. I know the area. Mm-hmm. My sister works for the fire department.
So the news is incorrect.
And we heard, we were listening to the scanner. That's what we do around here. We listen to the scanner. And they refused aircraft for 3 days. And we had a man down. So we were, I knew this man's father, so we were kind of personally involved. And just very frustrating. And I don't know, what can you do? I mean, we could all, it seems all for money and gain, and to corral us down into the city. I don't want to be a bad tidings on this show.
No. I was just going to bring up that, I'm not much of a follower of that QAnon, but that was something that they said. That was something that was dropped by QAnon. And then it said something about in California, light fires. And it's because they want the federal funding, and they want the sanctuary cities, and the federal funding is not coming in because of these sanctuary cities where, somebody can do something horrible to somebody and run to a sanctuary city, or have to catch and release them into these sanctuary cities. And then, so they're the rebuttal of, and I don't know, this is just what was released on the QAnon, was that the Dems are saying, well, then we'll start fires. And then here we are talking about fires in California. Weird.
Well, if you look at last year's LA fires, it's very obvious that there was some kind of laser fire. They've had these weapons for quite some time. Back in the 40s is whenever we got the Project Paperclip guys, right?
Wouldn't it be just like using a magnifying glass, right? When you were a kid, or the little boys burn the ants with the magnifying glass because they're ornery, right?
Well, I guess you can buy these lasers. We can buy them, on Amazon or whatever. They're just a high-power laser that, melt things. You got aluminum melting, and you got steel being fine, and they're next to each other. We could talk conspiracies all day long.
Oh yeah, no, I've moved well. I brought up Alex Jones, but we've all had our conspiracy period. All of us have, or some of us are still interested in that stuff, and I have, no opinion on that one way or another. I just think that it's interesting that that was dropped by QAnon, and then, but I want to tell you guys that it's not Trump, so don't misunderstand. It's not Trump, punishing California and lighting fires, so don't misunderstand me.
It's our governor. He's your governor too. His name's Jerry Brown. He's ridiculous. But like I said, this is a positive show. I'd like to talk about positive things for you to bring in your clientele. Do you want to talk about this kind of stuff?
Oh, you know what? This is an open format. This is all about everybody and what everybody's going through. So, I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easygoing as long as it isn't going to upset or as long as it's shared in love. It was
Okay.
interesting. It's pretty dark. Just said that she's never had her conspiracy spheres. She never explored that. Well, dang, good for you, girl. That's all I have to say.
Oh, I can't get a
I
job.
questioned
Michelle.
everything.
I can't get a job in this place because I speak my mind. I'm barely surviving. I can't not speak my mind. I refuse to watch anyone be abused. I will not put up with it. And so that puts me in I'm in a small town. This is a good old boys club up here, and girls are supposed to act a certain way. And I'm not one of those girls, and it's very hard to survive. But I love the land, and it offers us so much, and I'm so thankful, to have the opportunity to live here. Beautiful. We have deer right here in our driveway. We can hear the
Glowing
coyotes.
has a really good idea since we're coming into the awareness of what we're able to do. Let's just manifest some rain. Put the fires out ourselves.
That's what I'm talking about. I've been playing it on YouTube. Rain, thunderstorms.
That's right. Some nice, good old-fashioned rain. Let's
Yes.
bring it about naturally, and it'll put them out. Anything man-made will be, destroyed if it's done like in the physical, and we'll work on in the ether. We'll manifest the rain to come in, and it will manifest in our physical. That's a good idea,
and
Glowing's me.
when I pray for my enemies, when I truly in my heart pray for my enemies, something happens. And I think that is a huge key, that you really got to kind of separate yourself off from yourself to be able to be compassionate toward whatever they may be going through, to actually be a part of this. We're all such a big part. We don't realize that going along with the crowd is not protecting your family.
Yeah, and we want a nice, gentle, fire extinguishing rain, not a downpour or anything to the point where it'll cause harm, but enough to nourish the crops, enough to, wet the ground where the fires cannot be started. Just a... Hold on a
I am
second.
all for that.
Let me, I got somebody else in from Florida, so I had to mute them real quick. So yeah, what do you think about that, Olivia? We'll group manifest a nice rain to come through California. Everybody focus together. You guys check out Eileen's channel. She does these kind of techniques and stuff. Maybe she'll put one up there for us that we can all meditate together and bring about some nice rain, enough to water the crops, nurture the soil, and put out the fires without causing any harm or hardship on anybody or anything.
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay, we've got somebody. Oh, are you? Did you have anything else you wanted to share, Olivia?
No, not at all. I just wanted to comment and support you, honestly.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate.
I love you all.
I love you guys all too so much. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. My cup runneth
Trust
over.
me, I do.
Okay. All right. Well then,
Have a
let's
good
go.
one.
Thank you. Let's go to area
Thank you.
code 727, and I'm unmuting you now.
Hello?
Hello.
It's glowing.
Ah, it's Glowing's me. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
I was trying to be your first one, but I messed up the pin, so.
Oh. Are you at work right now, honey?
No, I'm off work now, but I'm outside of Sally's Beauty Supplies because I think I don't know if I'll be blonde by the end of today. So. I haven't decided yet.
You're gonna do some pink hair.
Oh God, I'm too old for that.
Oh no, you're not. You're only
I
as
was like
you're
20
only
years
as
old, I'd do it,
old
but-
as you think you are. You're young.
I work at a hotel. You know. You only get
Oh
away
yeah,
with
yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
I guess
When
you,
you're like 40, you know.
I guess you can
I don't
hide
like
it.
that
Just like do your color and then
Yeah.
have like a little pink hidden, so then whenever you want to
I
show
could
your
probably get away
flair.
with like a strip of it, you know, or something like that somewhere along the way. But you know, I wish they had some of these colors when I was young. I would say.
My sister-in-law uses the colors, and she said that the last time I saw her, she called herself a Crayola head because she had every color almost in the coloring box. But it was really pretty. And then she'll do like those deep purpley colors, and it just, you know, for her age, you would think it would look odd, but it actually does not. It actually just shows a little flavor to her, you know, a little bit of personality. I like it.
Yeah.
So I'm not brave enough to do it. maybe soon.
No, I'm not quite brave enough yet. There's something wild and wacky. Maybe if I was not working or something. Or just, I don't know. You know.
Well, can you
Anyway.
share what your techniques that you use to help with, you know, this fire anomaly that we're having? You know, just some of the techniques that you use to bring about some weather changing patterns that maybe we can glean
Well,
from here.
With the weather, there's a couple different techniques that I'm aware of that people like to use. If you're a visual person or you're good at grasping a picture of something, that's what you want to like envision and send it to that area. Like, you know, if you want to envision like a nice gentle type of rain, nothing downpourish because all that dryness is gonna make mudslides. So you don't want torrential downpours in that area.
No,
But,
just
you know,
gentle enough to absorb into the soil.
to
and-
moisten the soil and the trees and all the vegetation and stuff like that. Something that, you know, good and nice gentle soaking. That's a visual way. Some people like to just, you know, look at a map and just focus their energies on the map. You know, like that's what it is.
We can
a
visualize
couple
the
different
picture I
ways of
have in
doing
my
it.
background with the rainbow looking clouds, and that's an ocean view, and just, you know, nice cloudy moisture without mudslides or damage. Are you outside? I hear
Right.
birds chirping.
I know
Beautiful.
I it made a nest on top of the I don't know what kind it is. I can't really tell if it's some kind of little eagle type of thing or something.
Nobody's
It's
talking
made
to
a
you.
nest up on top of a lamp post, and he's just happy to friend just sitting up there chipping away.
He's talking to you. He likes you. He wants you to be there.
We're kind of far apart from each other, so I'm surprised he's so loud.
He's wanting to be heard. He's got a message for
Mhm.
us. We just need to understand it.
Yeah, he flies in the sky, so there you go.
So you said,
Yeah.
so picture something in our mind.
This world is not so physical. I think we've all realized that. As soon as you see the Mandela effect, you realize it's there's so much more. It's not Harry Potter so much, but it kind of is, right?
Almost, right. Except
yeah,
for in
almost,
reverse.
right?
They've been using spells on us, and we're breaking through the paradigm. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there's other things that are happening too. I mean, you know, you're talking about manifesting something,
Mhm.
and I feel like if it's a positive thing and it's good for a lot of people, it happens really quickly. Especially for me, like if something would be something that's a good thing, a good result for a lot of people, like like a Mother's Day with no rain that was predicted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be lovely, right? Because
And the
more people are out
removal
with their
of
moms.
chemtrails in the skies. I witnessed that one
exactly.
myself. I did.
I barely see anymore. I since this has been, since I've been saying, I don't even say, there's like a thing that like a lot of people were saying, like, I do not consent. Well, they don't exist. What? What is that?
What?
Like I'm not even going to allow you to be in my thought. like okay, occasionally I'll see something like that, and then I'll have to, visualize without it. But since I've been doing that, I have seen so few chemtrails. So it's either I'm just blocking it all out, or it's just disappearing, or they're taking a hiatus, but it's to the point where I only occasionally see something that's kind of streaky across the sky. I don't even see the planes pulling it across the sky anymore.
I don't
know if they've given up on me or what.
Yeah, I don't see them either. And with the I do not consent, I always feel that, the urge to put something in its place. That I do not consent, but I want this instead. And then that helps me take the thought off of the negative information. And then I replace it with a thought that is in the good or service for everybody. And that helps with not focusing on, because if I'm only saying I do not consent, I'm still circling around that thought.
Whoa!
What was that? I'm sorry, I wasn't.
That?
I thought we were. Okay. I think I need to set this up where when people come in, they're muted. But I'm learning the software. Okay, hang on.
I muted myself when I came in because I figured I was probably like live. It kind of said I was kind of live, so I muted myself and waited for you to mute it on the other side. It tells me when you muted it, so that's when I knew I could come off of the mute.
Okay. I muted all, and now I'm unmuting you. Okay. Now that should mute everybody that comes in immediately. Okay.
Okay. I think I'm hearing doorbells and stuff.
Well, you are, because I think somebody just jingle-jangled my door, so you can probably hear a door open and shut too, because my husband's going to go get the door. Somebody is knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Okay, so with the do not consent, let's go back to that. You probably hear my dog barking too, because everybody gets excited when the doorbell rings. Everybody wants to know who is it, who is it, who is it. I found that if I'm focusing only on the I do not consent, then I'm still focusing on what I'm not consenting to. Where if I replace it with something that would be in the service to everybody else or everyone else, now I'm focusing on that, not just on I do not consent.
Mm-hmm. See, like, I've never gone to an anti-war rally. I've only gone to,
pro-peace.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to give the consent to the war. So sometimes, a little pig-headedness goes a long way.
Well, right, and that's what it's about. It's all in the perspective. Pro-peace is completely what we're going for. So instead of thinking about war at all, now all you're thinking about is peace. So you're not even, because involuntarily when you're going to any kind of a rally where you're, trying to shout at people or shout them down or that your way is better than their way, you're not going to get anywhere with that. And actually you can make things worse. But if you go and just the proper word, we'll put the proper intention. But we're learning to take back our sovereignty and utilize our God-given gifts with our own abilities instead of being told how to do it through programming and broadcasting and education system and all the boxes they put us in.
I have a feeling that at some point enough people are going through this awakening thing that some of us who've been here for a while are going to have to maybe step up a little.
Well, it only took me 17 years to step up and make a platform.
I mean, it's you're aware of this, you're aware of this, and you get a little bit of that, and you get a little bit of this, and then you get your mind blown by this Mandela thing, and I think that's probably one of the most mind-blowing items that just for a lot of us, it's pretty supernatural. Not everybody's, seen a ghost or spirits or whatever, kind of maybe felt something or whatever, or felt there's something higher power or whatever. But when things are changing in front of your face that were different the day before, it really kind of, it's like, okay, there's more to this. And I know, like, I would know you probably have other callers waiting, so.
No, I don't.
I can wrap up.
He came in and unmuted himself, so I'm going to stay on this page so I can hang up on him as soon as he comes in. You're fine, Glowing.
Oh, is it somebody disruptive-y?
Yeah, if you come in as an unknown caller, yeah, I don't know if you could hear that. If you come in as an unknown caller, I'm going to hang up on you. If you scream in the mic, I got to tell you, that even though you come in as an unknown caller, this software is amazing. It gives us the complete readout of who called and when with their actual numbers. So be careful what you guys are doing. You never know what the blowback might be.
Yeah, wow. That is pretty good software.
Yes, it is.
It disruptive people down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it's
figured
much.
I'm like, oh, you have more people waiting, and it's well, I mean, there's like this. I think there's so much that's changeable. I think we've seen things changing in our past. We've seen things, it's some type of history that's always been, or technology is coming around earlier than we ever knew it existed before in our timeline. I mean, to see World War II videos in color, it just seems kind of strange, right? I mean, there's these oddities that just keep popping up, and
let me make a quick announcement.
I wonder how much is changeable. How much.
If you come in as an unknown number, I'm going to instantly disengage the conversation. So if you are on a phone that is private, then put your information in the chat room, and I will let the call come through. If not, it's not coming through. So if you're hearing that you guys, sounds like calls are coming in and out, that is the same person who wants to just shout at us. And all we're going to do is send them love and unconditional love, that they pull through whatever this is that they're going through, and get the understanding of who and what they are. So that's all I wanted to announce. Continue on, Glowing. You've got so much to share with everybody. You've been through a lot.
If they were listening, maybe they would have their hearts a little open.
That's right. That's right.
Some reason why they're infiltrations.
Yeah, whenever you're doing something right, it does draw the attention, but they're gonna glean something from it, because it's a positive. There's nothing but good gonna come from this.
I tend to have a lot of that. Like, the more I'm happy, the more somebody tries to come at me, and I'm like,
it's just
good luck to you. Good luck to you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
have a blessed day.
They'll be fine. When it happens to them and they're starting to go through it, they'll be thankful that we're here talking about these things, because a lot of times it's people that have not yet been awakened or going through the process, but they'll be grateful that there's outlets like this that they can come back to when they're ready. And I do sense, I feel like 2018 is a biggie, that there's going to be a lot of people sprouting up, and it's very confusing in the beginning, and we want to make sure that we're here and we're available, because it's that important. And I think by with what we're doing, and so many people and so many outlets going on, that it will it helps people. I mean, in the long run, it helps. It benefited me in 2015 and 16 when people started talking about this. I know, it was pretty lonely from 2001, and then when I got the big whammy in 2012 until 2015, 2016, where people started popping up and talking about this. It was like, really, really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's always been people talking about this. Really, I mean, it's literally in your Bible. It's in a lot of old text, a lot of hand-me-down stories. I mean, really, it's kind of simple. Love yourself and love those around you. Like you want to be treated. It comes down to that. If you kind of try to follow those two little simple rules.
Okay, Beckley, West Virginia, do not call back. I know your location. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to at least let them know I know where they're at and that I can see more than they think. So be careful. Just be careful, guys.
I can't believe how... I don't understand why they think they're going to get through.
Well, because this is... I've opened it up.
Oh my God.
Right.
Someone was like music next door to me.
That's okay. Oh, music is good. But no, at least he knows that we know where he's at. And that's all I'm going to give out for now. But
probably to a 12-year-old too, with nothing better to do on a Saturday.
And his parents are not going to like the fine, so you probably need to stop right now. What you're doing, you're interfering with a live conference call, and just behave appropriately, guys. Just act accordingly. Be good. Be nice. Treat others as you want to be treated. I'm so sorry that this is happening while you're ongoing, because it was her. I was talking to her, and she was talking about this theory that she was testing herself. And of course, with all theories, we test them ourselves. And then I was able to test her theory and came to the same conclusion that she did, and it was amazing. And it was Mother's Day, so that was awesome. My mom had overcast skies, looked like it was going to rain. She said she wanted a sunshiny day, and I went outside. It was sunshiny and beautiful, and I was like, it's beautiful here. We'll just bring it down with us. And when we got down there, that's what she had. Now, remember, I went there and spent a week, and her answer to me was, well, it always clears up at this time of day. It's always overcasty, in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, I was just down there for a week, and no, it's not. It's beautiful down there. So it's just funny how people, react when amazing things happen. We're always trying to put logic behind it instead of just accepting it. And that's where our doubt comes in. And when we put doubt, then we hamper ourselves. We hinder ourselves. So, yeah.
It definitely... Yeah. I mean, you're born into the world with nothing, and everything gets taught to you or impressed into you or stamped into you from all the way through. And whether right or wrong or whatever, it's the kind of society that we've grown up in. But, I mean, can you imagine being born in a place that money was non-existent? Nobody used money.
Yeah.
There wasn't some crazy power structure or, some kind of king or queen or top ruler type of person.
I can imagine that. Yes.
Can you imagine what it would be like to raise, to be just born into just a really free society that still had amazing things in it? Or maybe we wouldn't even be needing the phones, the technology. We would just be taught, how to communicate with one another, mind to mind. I mean, I think it's possible. We see people who are telekinetic and all these other things and have certain special abilities and whatever. So maybe we're all born with it. We've just never been really taught how to use it, or we've been told to block it off.
I'm not able to look at the chat, honey, because I'm monitoring the conference call. So, okay. I got Silent J in the chat. Just in case. But I think it's he said the chat's going fine, so, but I do like to address people in there, and you guys, anybody can call in. We're just about at an hour. I like to keep them at an hour, but when people have things to share and talk about, we can go hour and a half. I'm okay with that. Saturdays are about you guys. It helps everybody here get to know each other.
If someone else wants to take the reins.
No, you're fine. I mean, I talked to you enough to know that you have a lot that you have to offer and share with people, from your own experiences. And that's what for me, Glowing, what it is when I have these experiences and then I get the affirmation or synchronicity by listening to somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have another caller in, and
Hello?
and I'm gonna mute you just for a second, so that way Glowings can give her final thoughts, and then I will unmute you, and then we'll have you come on board. Okay, 902. Do you have any final thoughts, Glowings?
Well, I think I've chattered enough.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, just try to. When you're not feeling that good, just go put yourself in front of a mirror, make a funny face and smile. Or goof on yourself, and then you'll laugh, and then it'll just pick yourself up a little bit, and that's a little bit easier. So, if you're feeling too like, oh, sometimes that's just fun.
Nice. And guys, remember, weekly, even if you call in every week, it doesn't matter. We get to know you better and better each time you call. Thank you, Glowing. And now we will go to 902.
Hi.
Hello, you're on Michelle's Opinions. How are you? What's your name?
My name's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. So what's...
I just wanted to say, KKK, nigger.
Sorry about that, guys. And this one, oh my God. The interesting thing is that on Scarab, he had a bunch of Pennsylvania calls too, so I should have been warned, that was a Pennsylvania thing. I apologize greatly for that, because we had a wonderful guest on, and somebody still wanted to come in and disrupt. Now, it sounds like children, and I really feel for them, and I hope the best for them, and that I'm gonna go ahead and end the conference call. So that is over. We will not be taking any more call-ins. I'm good. I got my register there, so I know who called and when. And let me go and change the background. Okay, so you guys can see me again. Now I can go back and see the chat. The thing about it is I worry, about children, and that we should really pray and put our intention and our energy into our children, that they are getting the proper upbringing, that they are getting the love that they need, and that they're able to blossom up into the beautiful person they are becoming. So I just, my heart goes out to them. The last caller was obviously a child, and it sounded like a little boy. The energy read I get is it's a little boy. Voice hasn't quite changed yet, so yeah. And I want to apologize to the viewers for the language that was used by this little boy. because this channel is nothing about that. But I think we can all come into agreement that, you know, there's just to spread a warm blanket of unconditional love over these children. We don't know what's going on in their homes. We don't know what kind, you know, what they're being exposed to. Maybe we should just extend that warm blanket all the way around their house to include anybody that is in that home, that they see how beautiful and wonderful each and every one of them are, and that, you know, their limitless potential. And there's much better ways of getting acknowledgement and attention than with, you know, these types of activities. I want to thank the people who called in today. Olivia and Glowing's Me, wonderful conversations. It doesn't matter if you've called in and you call in every week, because each time that you call in, we get to know you that much more. And we are one family here, growing together with a platform that is for everybody. Looks like Monday I've got Michelle Wolf coming on, and Wednesday we've got Sharon coming on, and let's see, and I know you guys know Armor Up, because you guys know that there is a diverse group of guests that come on here from different backgrounds, cultures, religious upbringings. None of that matters. I see past all that, and I see the beauty in everything, and each and every one of us as we're going through this together. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful time to be alive. You guys, keep looking at your palms. See if you can see like sparkles start to come, you know, and show through your hands. It's absolutely just an amazing thing. Don't forget that in the show more notes is my email address. If you want to come on and do an hour interview, love to have you. I've got, actually with Glowing, I have an hour interview. It's I have organized my page, easy to find all of the interviews of people who have stepped up and told their story. A lot going on, guys, just absolutely a lot. Don't forget about the grounding. Whatever you feel is the best way to ground for you. Don't have any doubt in it. Just do it. Repurpose that energy. Put it out with a hug and a kiss. And bookmark the Patreon page. Because if, God forbid, something happens here on YouTube, you would still be able to view the live shows and things like that. You don't have to be a patron. That's why I'm saying to bookmark the page, so then if something did pop up or happen here, you would know that you would still be able to take part there. I love you guys so very much. I appreciate you, for all of you, for coming. I apologize for the children and their behavior, because we're only as strong as our weakest link, and you know, the children are our future, and we really need to you know, keep them in high thoughts, wrap them with that energy. I sound like a broken record. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, but I do worry about the children. I really do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I love you all so very much. Thank you for coming by. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're all on this journey together. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. See you real soon. Bye-bye.